Hello everyone, we are here, we are live, we are ready to go, and we are picking up pretty much exactly where we left off last week with Kerrigh? I think Kerrigh is this I'm starting to figure out, but this Kerbal on the surface of Minmus. We landed here, maybe spoiler warning really quick, but we landed here at the Minmus Monument as servicing one of the contracts. Still have to get him back, even though that isn't part of the contract, but you know, for me, always returning your Kerbal is always going to be one of the requirements to consider any kind of contract successful. But before we do that, I have to decide kind of what we're going to be doing next. And I honestly couldn't decide, so you know what I'm going to do is I'm going to throw it to the chat. I'm going to throw it to the chat what mission or missions I should be doing next. And, well, in order to do that, we need to get over to mission control and take a look at what missions are available. So the first thing is we did do this Minmus Monument one, so we are going to submit that one and collect our science. We will get our color here from Kerrigh. Another successful mission in the record books. What a monument you have found. The figure looks a little like a Kerbal, but what's with the squid mouth? Welcome back, Director. Another successful mission in the records books. That's the same thing. And it's the same thing again. And she is stuck in a time loop. Oh, sorry to rush you, but you've got to go. I don't think that was... I was wondering if that was going to be some sort of a setup for a joke coming up, but it isn't. But the ribbon cutting for the new pavement on Launch Complex 3 has started, and you're clear to across the campus. This is a big day for... I don't care. There we go. That's what I care about, my 750 science. So there we go. Thank you, science. We are there. And this opens up, of course, new missions, and we will get to these missions. So this is what I'm thinking of doing is I'm going to go over these missions, and then I'm going to set up a poll in the chat. And then the people in the poll can decide what I'm going to be doing. And then I'll go out and I'll get Kerrigh back, and during the time it takes me to get Kerrigh back to Kerbin, that will be the length of the poll, and whatever the winner is at the end of the poll, that's going to be what I'm going to do. So let's look at the options, and one of the options is most certainly the Duna Monument. A signal has been detected on the surface of Duna. We don't know why or how. The only answer is to keep following the trail. 2,000 science for that one, and of course, Duna itself is probably going to be a science palooza. Let's take a quick look at the mission brief. Apologies, I've had a terrible headache. I've been told to give up coffee for a month. Okay. Newton shouted, "Dear Kerrigh, can't we have coffee?" I'm skipping the coffee stuff. There's a running coffee story. I'm concerned about Duna. Oh, we just got a mysterious signal. It's from the planet Duna. Alas, missions take priority over coffee. Your new objective is to find the source of the mysterious signal on the surface of Duna. And we'll take a look at Duna in a second. We'll be able to see where that signal is. But again, the thing is you got to land pretty precisely. You got to get pretty much right there in order to do it. So Duna is the fourth planet in the Kerbaler system. It's a little bigger than the moon and has its very own moon, Ike. On the surface, you'll find red sand and as far as the eye can see. We think there may be water ice at the poles, but you'll need to collect some surface or science for us to be sure. Duna has a very thin atmosphere. Parachutes will slow you down a little bit, but they won't be enough to land safely. Well, it all depends on how many parachutes you put on there, isn't it? To get to Duna, you're going to need a large multi-stage rocket with plenty of fuel. Use the trip planner in the VAB to make sure you have enough Delta V to make the whole trip. You'll also need to time your departure so that the positions of Kerbin and Duna are correct. You'll want to time warp until Kerbin and Duna are 45 degrees apart. It's actually 44 degrees, but who's being... With Duna in the lead. Just whip out your protractor and place Kerbal and Kerbin on the baseline. So, when you have a game that's asking you to whip out your protractor and slap it onto your screen, I always consider that to be an indication your UI isn't done yet. There should be some sort of tool for helping us to do that, but don't worry, I do have my protractor. I am all ready to go. If you don't have a protractor, I can recommend my top, whatever. What do we got here? Middle stages of your rocket must be able to... I know how to do this. Fly within 50 kilometers of Duna's surface. You'll be in its thin atmosphere. Dip into the atmosphere to help slow you down. Yeah, if you'd like some real-world practice, feel free to try aerobraking around Kerbal, above Kerbal. Just remember that you'll be coming in really hot when you arrive at Duna. The Duna's atmosphere is very, very thin, so Kerbal isn't really a fair comparison, but we'll talk about ways we can test it out anyway. We can discuss other things later. Until then, I'll be here leaning on... Okay, so there we go. So there's one of our options is going to be the Duna Monument. I also have a number of secondary options here. We have the wheeling and dealing, which is simply to launch a vessel with at least 4 wheels. I'm going to do that one regardless of what people pick. So I'm not going to put that one as an option because that's going to take just a heartbeat to do it. Might as well do that. In fact, I'm going to track it right now. The Little Chonker we looked at last week. Little Chonker says land a vessel on Minmus with a current mass of over 200 tons. And there was some hypothesizing that maybe your launch vehicle needed to be over 200 tons, which is still a lot. But no, you are expected to put 200 tons down on the surface of Minmus. And maybe some people kind of enjoy these contracts. I find them very stupid. I really do. 200 tons is ridiculous. Now, it's in no way practical. Oh, you can make a fueling base. There'll be more fuel there than you'll ever need for at least as long as I'll last in this game. But that I'm going to put it there as an option if people want me to go for it, but it'll take a while. I'm thinking probably the best thing for this 200 tons and putting it on the surface of Minmus. I'm not sure, by the way, if you can do this in multiple launches and join them together into one vessel on the surface of Minmus. That I'm unaware of. Only 35 science for this too, by the way. I'm thinking the easiest way to do it is actually to strap together a bunch of empty fuel cans, put them in orbit of Kerbal, fill them up using some sort of fuel barge, bringing it up from Kerbal, and then take that whole so it's over 200 tons, and then bring that whole monstrosity to Minmus. That to me seems like the easiest way to do it. But anyway, yeah, there's that one. There's this geostationary orbit one, which is really easy. Put something with a probe core on it and an antenna and put it into geostationary orbit. It tells you what altitude to go for and what orbital speed you need. 300 science, nothing, there's no trick there. That's exactly what it is. And then there's another one that's sort of not quite as stupid as Little Chonker, but kind of dumb anyway. Orbit Kerbal with an X264 Methalox fuel tank and a docking port. And I did check, that fuel tank does need to be full. So you need to have a full, that's the Jumbo 64 in KSP 1 lingo. So that's what we're going to do. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to start a poll. And I will put, let's start the poll right now, and I'll let people decide what it is that they want to do. So, what mission to do next? Oh, wait, I'm typing and I'm not making a poll. You can't take me anywhere. Okay, here we go. What missions to do next? So, we have the Duna mission. Is it actually called the Duna Monument? Duna Monument. I'll actually call them what they are. Duna Monument. Give me a moment to type this stuff all up. If I was planning ahead, I would have done this ahead. And then we got wheeling and dealing I'm going to do anyway. I'm going to combine geostationary orbit and the fuel station one. So geostationary orbit plus the fuel station. Now, one thing as well... the fuel station. That's the one with the Jumbo 64. One thing I should mention as well is... There we go. There's the poll. Okay, people can vote. And one thing I should mention, though, is for the Duna one, if that's the one that gets picked, I'm not making any guarantees that we'll be landing on Duna. I have no plan as far as what my Duna vessel is going to be like, so I'm going to have to build the thing, make sure it works. Well, to some degree, make sure it works, and then get out there. Now, actually, one other thing I want to take a look at, if I go to the tracking station while that poll is going, is if we take a look at Duna and focus our view on Duna, you actually should be able to see, there's our waypoint. So you can see our waypoint is well up into the northern hemisphere of Duna. Yeah, that's not going to be trivial. We'll see how it goes. But anyway, what we're going to do instead... while that's all happening is we're going to get to the Minmus and Kerrigh. There we are. Let's control and get this person back. I'm just realizing my camera's all... There we go, that's better. I sometimes, if I use the arrow keys, I can mess up my camera, and then it's hard to get it pointed back at your Kerbal, but if you go to map view and then back, it's centered back on the Kerbal, so that's a good thing to remember. Okay, up we go. Very kind of close in there. Now we are very close to the North Pole of Minmus, so our orbit's going to be largely polar, but we're going to launch to the east anyway, so it'll be a little bit of an angle to it. So let's, east is this way on the nav ball. I'm not... is the sun setting or the sun rising? Oh no, that's probably south that way. That's probably south, so east is probably this way. We'll find out. I got to make sure to get out of this crater. I can't just pitch over willy-nilly. So anyway, SAS on, throttle up. Oh, we're already going, of course. And yep, we're not going to hit the statue. We'll get over, make sure we don't hit. And I'm going to again point this. Oh, some reason we lost. Oh, there goes our music. I am clearing this crater lip. Yeah, I am. So I got to make sure to clear the crater lip. Okay, there we go. Oh, whoa, whoa, our apoapsis is crazy high. Oh, well, that's what it is. I wasn't paying any attention to my apoapsis. I was looking at the lip of our crater, and our apoapsis is really high. So I'll circularize this, though. I mean, there's no way around it. It's going to be largely polar. Look at this. Oh, well, we won't have any trouble with time warping anyway. So it's an hour out to apoapsis. You know, waiting for the time warp thing to come back. Voting, voting. I see. Whoa, I see Duna Monument inland, but not by a lot. So if you want to see other stuff, I will get to the Duna Monument. I mean, if it's not Duna Monument today, it'll be Duna Monument next week. The advantage would be that I would get a bit more tech, I suppose. All right. Let's get out there. We are high above the surface of Minmus because I was paying no attention. That's okay. Okay, prograde. The Kerbal way there. We're coming for you, Kerbal. A little closer. Okay, a little more thrust. There we go. Close enough, I suppose. Okay, so, yeah, we got the DV. Not a huge amount, though, because this is... So, as far as... Actually, this might be a good thing that I'm up this high, because we are going to need to do some time warping. What you always want to do when you eject yourself from a planet is you want to eject yourself in the retrograde direction relative to that planet's orbit around where it is that you're going, in this case, Kerbal. So I want to eject myself to the left here. But the problem is that because of the line, the way my orbit is, and there was no way to really avoid this because we're so close to the pole, is if I eject myself, let's create a maneuver plan. I'll show you what's I mean. Oh, shoot. I put it in the wrong place. What are all these little icons? Oh my gosh, what is this? Oh, whoa, 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 okay, okay. That's a time warp too. What's this one do? That just expands it, okay. And that trashes it, okay, nothing. I thought maybe there was something really exciting, like, you know, putting, what's this one? Put it in a box. I don't know. Okay, but anyway, what I was going to say is if I create a maneuver plan and push it out, there's no way to not have it going off in the wrong direction. Now you can, if you wanted to, maybe we'll investigate this. I could put a significant amount of normal on this to sort of get us going in the right direction. You can see that. I might do that because I can see here that I think I got the delta V. But this costs... Oh, we don't have the fuel. Let's see. Gotta be a little careful. Might be a little tight on fuel in order to do this. Let's see if I move this a little more this way. Is it going to be better? What's there I don't quite have the fuel for. Bring this back a bit. No, that makes it worse. Yeah, I don't know if I have the fuel to do what I'm looking at here. I know I don't have the... Oh, it won't even let me push it past that. You're a stinker. Look at this. It won't let me make a maneuver more than what I got. Even if I wanted to investigate. You're a stinky pants. Let's see, let's see if I can get it a little better in a different place. Sometimes you can get away with stuff around Minmus because Minmus is low. I think I'm going to not do this. So trash that maneuver. Because a Minmus is low gravity, you can often get away with just learning normal. But what I'm going to do instead is I'm going to quick save. And I'm going to start time warping. There we go. And let's actually focus our view. Okay, let's stop time warping for a second. Focus our view on Minmus. There we go. So maybe it's good I'm in such a high orbit. And you can see how... Here, I'll pause for just... Or slow it down for just... It looks like Minmus's orbit is turning, but it's not. It's well, it sort of is. It's because Minmus is, of course, going around Kerbal, while our orbit remains fixed relative to the stars. So it's not like our orbit's turning. It's Minmus going around in its orbit that's turning. And we can get ourselves to the point where this orbit, if I look at it right from the top, is going to be edge on to Minmus's. Of course, we're spending a lot of time going around and around, but that's okay. And then we should have the fuel to get home. So you pause it like about here. Okay. And a burn around here-ish, maybe? I don't know. I don't know what it is. I find it confusing to know which way around I'm going. So now, let's see. Kerbal periapsis there. I can see I need to burn like this way. A little more on here. Well, this needs to be at least around 150 or so, so I can already tell I'm not burning enough. Getting close. A little bit of a moon encounter just to kind of mess with me a little bit. This has got to be close. Come on, grab that. There we are. Not quite there. There we are. Back it off a little bit. Oh, my Minmus PE is right on where I want to make my... It doesn't help. Again, trying to grab the circle that's in the middle. There it is. Okay, a little bit more. About 35 kilometers is what I'm going to go for my Kerbal periapsis. And now I got the fuel to do it. Not by a huge amount, though. Should have really thought about that with my polar orbit. But you can see now we're going more or less in the right direction. So it's a little close. I was rather lackadaisical with all my... We'll make it. Alright, so let's do it. Let's do it. Let's do it. Let's do it. And put that on the maneuver node. Seeing the word colony. That will be, where are we here? Start burn in. This is at full throttle. On the throttle limiter it is. Why did it stop me so early? I don't know. Get ourselves there. Okay, it's going to be a 17-second burn. Gonna be a quick save, just to make me feel better. And we're off. I got some weird stuff hanging. I don't know. I don't get this bar sometimes. Need to stop a little early. What's going on over here around Kerbal? Overcooked. Okay. So we're just going to flip our vessel around and take some of this energy off. I'm still don't think, I don't know. There's still some weird things that are happening with the maneuver nodes, I think. Whoa, okay. Let's turn down that thrust limiter. Alright, that makes me happy. Oh, this is still on surface. There we go. Okay, so saying goodbye. Actually, I think I might be better off putting this on radial. Just thinking of a solar panel exposure. There we go. Okay, let's say goodbye to Minmus. Bye, Minmus. Eventually it'll... There. Oh. That must have been our... Oh, there's Kerbal way down there. I'm just going to reorient the vessel again, just again make sure solar panels are good. It's telling me there's science to do, but I'm sure there is not. No, I think that was a bunch of zeros. Oh, am I coming in retrograde? I think I'm coming down retrograde on Kerbal. I am. I way overcooked. I don't know. I'm not sure what happened there. That maneuver node wasn't predicting right, but like, if you look here... Oh, no. No, that's prograde. Okay, I thought I... Oh, if I was coming in retrograde, I was actually... Never mind, I just got my camera mixed up. That's all. That's all. I like to keep an eye on my time to periapsis here. That tells me how quickly Kerbal's coming up. I'm about 3 hours away from periapsis. Because I don't trust this time warp. If I just full time warped and let the game stop me, I would end up in the atmosphere. At least I've had that happen to me too many times before that I'm not going to risk it now. But, which is kind of ironic considering all the throttles they have on the time warp and other situations when things aren't scary. So, something for them to work on. I have to always remind myself we're still in an early access game. Okay. Coming in. Hello, Kerbal. Okay. And boom, and boom, and boom, and hopefully no booms, actually. No booms is what we want, of course. Okay, parachute is armed. That's what the little blue says. And where are we at? I see 60% for the Duna Monument. Okay. Okay, 60% for the Duna Monument. I see the science light blinking. I know there's no science there, but I'm just going to click it anyway just because I don't like the blinking. Alright. Full time warp trying to slow down. Losing lots and lots of speed. I do like the little doors that open up on the parachute now. There's just little flaps there. I like that. Looks good. I'm gonna give the game props where they deserve it. So Duna's looking like, by 9%, it's looking like Duna. That's going to be... We'll see how it goes. Again, I make no promises as far as getting to Duna on this stream. But we'll definitely be building ourselves a vessel. We'll give her a test. We'll see how it goes. Months and months ago, I went interplanetary with this game, or I should say tried to go interplanetary with this game. And I found it very frustrating. Now, things have improved since then. So I'm not going to let that color anything. But, you know, so far, you know, fingers crossed. Recover vessel. So far, fingers crossed, things have been pretty good. As far as bugs and things go, you know, nothing that's been really game-ending. But haven't gone interplanetary yet, so we'll see. Okay, let's get into mission control. And we'll go and grab the Duna Monument. So track that mission. We've already looked at the briefing. And the rest of these will go some other time. We're going to go, obviously, into research and development and see how much science is. We have 1,785 science. So, I'm not convinced I need to go nuclear. I'm not sure. Duna, yeah, let's see if there's some better things to do. Rovers, I think the best plan with Duna is, because it's going to be really hard with parachutes to land really close, I'm honestly thinking of making the lander a rover and just landing it, boom. You know what I mean? So I'm going to get myself some of these rover wheels, which obviously means I do have to get what's in front of it. So let's start with that. What's this one? Just bigger rover wheels. That's okay. Oh, that's the little grabber unit. Oh, that's interesting. Yeah, whatever. We have bigger parachutes, launch escape system, blinky lights, ladder. KSP2 is following KSP1 model of putting the ladders far down on the tech tree because, you know, not early on the tech tree because, you know, that would be silly. Oh, we got, I love these little fuel tanks and some structural parts. We'll grab that. What's down here? Little slanty nose cones, grab that too. I'm thinking of things that I'm going to need to make a big rocket. We'll stay away from the jets. I don't care about the stack separators. There's my little decoupler. That's quite overdue, but let's see. I only have 625 left. So I got to be a little cautious. I'm going to keep it small. I will say I'll be keeping it small. No, I'm going to stay away from the nuclear propulsion. I don't think... Oh, I can't... No, I can't afford it anyway. So we'll go with this just because, who knows, I might... At some point, I'll like to have those little stack decouplers. What's this one? Clampetron Senior and a docking port Junior at the same time. I can't afford it. Can't afford precision machining. Yeah, that might come in useful. I'm seeing some of these little adapters. All right, so that's what we're going to do. Let's get into vehicle assembly and see what we can do. Vehicle assembly. There we go. Okay, so it's going to be the Duna Monument. Oh, let's close the poll. End the poll. Duna Monument is the winner. So what I want to do... I'm just thinking. I'm thinking of building myself a rover. What if I built a rover, like just basically put wheels on this thing so I could drive it? Now, do I have the option of changing control orientation? Okay, that is an option. Okay. So I can change that to forward if I wanted to. So what I'm thinking... Well, first of all, let's do that four-wheeling one. If I build a rover that I can land largely with parachutes... I don't know. I'm thinking out loud. So this might turn into... Oh, that's where the hatch is. I gotta be a little careful about that. Okay. Be nice to have... I don't want to drive sideways. What if... Okay, let's do that. I don't know what I'm doing. Like, I have no plan. Maybe a couple of these fellas. He says with some trepidation. And let's put some wheels on, at least get that contract out of the way. So we'll go to ground. Oh, here, we can... That one, yeah. Is that right? Do these fold up by any chance? Do they retract? It does not look like it, does it? Okay. All right, well, let's I'm sure there's a Kerbal in there. I'm sure Bob's in there. We're gonna launch this just to do a contract. So there, that is that. Oh, I think. Oh, brakes on, brakes on, brakes on. We're rolling. Brakes. Where's the brakes? B. Oh, those are. Oh, there are the brakes. Okay. There is science to do because I got, yeah, there's EVA science that's sitting on the launch pad. Let's, can I do it standing on here? Does that work? I think he is. Oh, interrupted. It left the valid region. Okay. What if I do it like this? You got too close to the capsule. I think this is working. Oh, you're a stinker pants. Might have to just do the recover bit. Okay. Here. One more try. I don't know why that's open. All right, we got ourselves 16 science there, and we did do this one. Did do the wheeling and dealing, so that's cool. Now, can I get? No, climbing's not an option for Kerbals in this game. No, it's not. KSB1, you can climb on things. Okay, that's fine. So what we'll do, we'll recover this. So some thinking that's going to have to be recover vessel, because if I revert, then you know, and if I go, I guess I got to go to the tracking station. Kerbal, fly safe 1, recover. Oh, I can't recover from here. I have to do this and then recover. Fine. There we go. Got it back. Okay. Let's go to mission control, see if there's a new contract. I can at least get a little bit of science. Yeah, I don't care. 50 science. Kerrigh Tour, Cappy Rock. Launch a vessel with a lander can and performed a crew observation at Cappy Rock. Now, I was actually talking on the Discord with some people about this one. The one thing to notice is really subtle. I'm not going to do this one now, but I do want to point it out to people, and in case they're going to do it. Is notice here it talks about you won the Sean's Cannery sweepstakes. Talks again about you and an original Sean Cannery's can will tour the first of 2 of Kerbin's most beautiful landmarks. So you not only have to land a lander can, it has to be a Sean's Cannery lander can, not just any lander can. That is not clear at all. And you have to land it at Cappy Rock. And just to show people, if I go to the tracking station and we look at Kerbin, there should be a waypoint here. There it is. There's where Cappy Rock is down there. So they want you to land. And again, this is a lander can. You got to land there and you got to be very close. This is... I'm not saying not, it's non-trivial, I guess is what I'll call that. And if we go to the vehicle assembly building, the Sean's Cannery landing can, this one doesn't count. This one's not a Sean's Cannery. See, it says, oh, you can't pin it, but it's right at the very top up here. It's a Curlington model rockets and whatever. The Sean's Cannery one is this one. See, it says Sean's Cannery up at the top. So you have to take this 2-person landing can, it's 1.5 tons, and somehow get it really close to that spot. Again, non-trivial. But anyway, I think I lost my rocket. Did it save it in any way? It didn't. Okay, we're back to start. All right, let's see what we can do. Okay, let's close this. Let's start again. I think I'm gonna stick with this idea of trying to make a little rover. So let's see what we got for structure, and then we'll see where we can go with this. Maybe stay with what I was doing. Go like that. A couple of those. You know, let's use a couple of those structure, dummy. Structure these guys, because you can stick these on radially like that, and then I'll grab a couple more cans, and we can tuck those in and make it look nicer too. But that should sort of work. Now if I put on some engines, sorry, I need to put on some wheels. So this is the whole idea, is going like this. Oops. That. Putting on some wheels at the front, making kind of a rover. The word using kinda is definitely the operative word here. Like that, but also putting on some engines, like maybe like these Twitch engines. Now, what kind delta V does that get me if I put that on vacuum? I do it. Oh, that's not bad. That's not bad. So if if I go to the trip planner and I go to Duna, so by the trip planner to get down to Duna's surface is 1,450. That's also to get off of Duna's surface and back into low orbit about Duna. I find always these powered landing numbers are a bit optimistic, I guess is a good way to do it. So I'm going to add 25% to that, and I already wrote these numbers down. I'm sorry, 20% to that. And so I'm budgeting 1,740 meters per second to get off of Duna's surface. Now this thing's already at 2,813 meters per second and has a very healthy thrust to weight ratio. So you know what I'm talking about? Like this is kind of like something, this might work. So like if I use some parachutes to use it to really slow itself down going down to Duna's surface, maybe do a little bit of power stuff too to kind of direct the landing and then just drive the rest. So I'm hoping that kind of makes some sense. Oh, I'm losing the bottom part of the chat. Chat's been going, but sorry, I lost the whole bottom half of the chat because it wasn't scrolling up on me. So I missed if I missed you on the chat just now, don't worry about it. I thought the chat was dead, but it wasn't dead. It was just me. So I don't know. Let's see what we can do with this. Let's see what we can do with this. I'm gonna do that. Take the snap off. We'll kind of tuck that in a little bit, and we'll certainly test this. Let's get some. Oh, how is this game for clipping? Well, we'll find out. We'll find out how this game is for clipping. Oh, shoot. I meant to do this. Move these out. Move these out. And maybe use one of my newfangled ladder bits. Let's get into structure here a bit. Do I have... Here's a little small thing I can maybe put at the end of this. Before I go through the whole process of getting to Duna, I am going to test all this, so don't worry about that. But now, are the ladders under utility? Oh, I don't have the extender. Okay, I'll have to build a ladder this way, I guess. Oh, shoot. Snap on. I got to make sure that my Kerbal can get back. Okay, and maybe another one here. He says very cautiously. We'll test that. I'm thinking of getting back to the car. And let's see, maybe move these wheels around a bit. Snap off. Go down. Might put some more structural bits down here to give kind of an illusion of structural integrity. We'll give this a test on Kerbal surface. And then we'll probably fly it to Duna. Not fly it to Duna, but use the cheat menu to get it to Duna and see how that kind of works. I don't know. We'll see. So right now, yeah, 2,783 meters per second. That's like, you know, put some parachutes on it. It's always guesswork how many parachutes you need to land on Duna. I want the small radial ones. So these are the, well, I guess I could put you on top. That's the radial one. I could put this on top. Oh, I guess I should put some science equipment on here too. Science. We have, of course, the Science Junior. Put that right there. And I forgot about this. We have the little sniffer. Now, the little sniffer is interesting. It's for testing in an atmosphere. Must fly on a body with an atmosphere. And it takes 2 minutes to collect the whole experiment. But I'm thinking this might be something we can just use during our descent. And also our ascent. To Kerbal. Oh, some batteries and stuff are certainly going to be something this is going to need. And some solar generation. Still don't have a lot of batteries. Let's see. I'm going to put just 2 of these. These are the Z400s. Maybe one of these guys. That's a 200 parachute back on top. It's going to need more parachutes. Solar panels here on the top, maybe? I don't know. I don't know what I'm doing. Kind of tilt them like that, and then move them inwards, move them upwards. Oh, I like them out a bit more. Kind of like that. Sort of like that. Let's get back to parachutes. I do have these small radial ones. I could put on 4 of these. And find out how these work on Kerbal's surface, or on Duna. Okay, and I think... I want to test this. I want to test this just on... Kerbal's surface, and what I want to do is see if it just will work in any way, and then we'll test descend this. This is what I'm thinking of putting on the surface of Duna, and then if I'm not that close to where the monument is, I can drive there. That's what I'm thinking. So let's actually give this a name. Let's see. This is the Duna 1. So we'll save that. Save. Okay, and let's take this to the runway and launch. Launch. There we go. So this is just a test of drivability. Oh, I can see it's nighttime. I should probably... what I want to do... Brakes on. Brakes on. We are rolling. We are rolling. We are rolling. Okay. You can change the control point. I remember seeing that. Control orientation, turn it to forward. Beautiful. Beautiful. That's what I want to see. This is a Rover. Nobody can tell me this isn't a Rover. Okay, let's take the brakes off. Oh, it drives the other way, though. Okay, that way's forward. Okay, I would have... Ah, shoot. Is there a... What's reversed? That's just upside down, upside down. Shoot. Okay, so forwards towards the hatch. So that's unfortunate. I was hoping that the windows would be forward. So you can see this is kind of working. We're using up... There's no generation obviously going. We're not eating too bad through. We'll be a little... Let's be a little abusive. Whoa, see? That's what happens when you're abusive. Okay, so that's cool. That's why you test. So I gotta be a little cognizant of that. Let's revert to launch. So that was an aggressive turn, so I'll have to be a little not super aggressive with that. Brakes on again. I want to see if the Kerbal can get in and out. That's actually something that's very important to test. Like if the Kerbal can go down, let go there, drop down, yay, and then can they climb back up again? I don't want to be dependent on... see what I mean? It's not getting around that corner. I think the EVA packs do work to some extent. They don't work on Kerbin, but I think they do work to some extent. Well, that's cute. Look at if you don't have enough thrust on your EVA pack to go up, he tries to jump. That's awesome. Okay. Yeah, this not gonna work for me, is it? Okay, so let's revert back to the vehicle assembly building, see if we can fix that piece of it. So press F again to switch to the next ladder? Really? Okay, don't revert. Resume game. F again. Oh my gosh! You are awesome. Thank you. Can we get up? All I got... Now F's not working. Oh, I managed to do it. I can do it here. I can do it on Duna. Okay, that's a win. Thank you. I'm going to leave it the way it is. Revert to VAB. Yeah, it is top heavy. I know it's top heavy. I'll just be careful. I'm not going to spend a huge amount of time. Yeah, I'm being told in the chat that this is top heavy and the wheels can be further apart. Yeah, but I'm also thinking about keeping it relatively compact because remember, I got to still put this on a rocket. So, I'm honestly thinking of like saying, this is my thing. I really am. So, what I want to do next is I want to save this as the Duna 1. I already have it saved, but I'm saving it anyway. I'm going to launch one more time, and we're going to use the cheat menu, because I don't want to go all the way to Duna only to find out that this whole thing isn't going to work. So we're going to hit Alt F8, and we're going to teleport our way over to Duna's orbit. So Duna. You got to pick yourself an altitude. I think that's fine. We'll see what it says, and then we'll teleport. And we're gonna do a practice descent, and we're gonna see how it goes. And some people might consider this cheating. I honestly don't really care. I don't. I consider this testing. I obviously could do the contract this way, so that I think would be cheating. But I'm just gonna call this, and we're gonna see how this works. So we're at an altitude of 86-ish kilometers. Oh, this thing's gonna need... Nah, it doesn't need an antenna. Who cares? Who cares? So we're gonna clicker onto the retrograde, turn off the throttle. We're going to engage our engines here. Oh, we also engaged all our parachutes when we did that because everything was on the same stage. That's funny. Okay. And I'm just gonna see how this is on descent. So we're going to get our PE. Now Duna's atmosphere is at 50. So I don't know, I'm gonna set this to like, let's set it so just the PE just disappears, just 0. That's close enough. And one thing I'm gonna have to judge is how far does this go before you know, before we're near the surface, because that's another thing that's gonna have to try and figure out. Now hopefully everything will go okay. So we're time warping here. I wish these wheels would retract, but there isn't any option for that, is there? Just to kind of fold them up a bit. No. Okay, here we are. We're at the atmosphere now. One thing I did do is I built this all symmetrically, so the thrust should all be nice and symmetric too. Oh, we're getting new music. New music. wish I noted exactly where I was. I should have started my descent right at the Terminator so I can judge where this is going down, but oh well, one thing at a time. Yeah, the music does sound cool. So I think all my parachutes are armed. I have no idea whether I should be adjusting. It's funny, I think it says they're not armed, but I think they are armed. Excuse me. Get some water. There's all the blue here saying they're armed. The one thing that's nice about Duna, though, is that it's very thin atmosphere. Well, there we go. Oh, there's all our parachutes. I don't have any drogue chutes, so that's one thing I did not do. But it's very thin atmosphere. Makes heating not really that much of a problem. As you can see, I came down from an also, it's my orbital velocity was much less. Oh, this is terrifying. There we go. Okay, I got enough parachutes, I think. I can also use my engines, right? See a little bit? And one of the things I want to see, if I go up, okay, that does work, sorta. Like I can steer a little. See? Ah! We're on the surface. What fraction of the way do you think I went around the planet with that? I thought I'd started my burn around here, so maybe about not quite 180 degrees. Well, that worked. That worked. That's funny. And then we can drive. Whoa, whoa, whoa. This thing wants to really roll. Now, when it can... Yeah. There are reaction wheels built into this. Yes, there is. Oh, mode. Oh, there is an SAS only mode. Oh, that's good. That's good to keep in mind. How well does this thing climb hills? Oh, get up the hill, buddy. Oh, look at that. I got some torque on these wheels. I gotta be a little careful. It really wants to truck. Okay. I also have to be a little mindful of electricity. The solar panels up here don't generate enough to... well, also the sun's very low. Alright, I'm going to call that a successful test. We're going to revert back to the vehicle assembly building and see what we can do. See what we can do. Time warp, time warp. What's time? Did I have time warp on all that time? That's why everything felt so torquey. Oh, well, that's actually good news. If I had the time warp on all that time, that just tells me that if I could control it under that situation, then that's funny. That's funny. Okay, I'm looking for, again, a couple of these little strutty strut. Now, how big is this? I'm thinking of just providing an appearance of structure down here. If you understand what I'm meaning. So I'm going to sort of put this. Well, I think this is a good idea. And then I can take this wheel. Oh, I gotta... There. That looks a little better, don't you think? I think so. That kind of thing. Bring this down a little bit. Doesn't look quite so dumb. Grab these guys, throw them away, and then grab... Oh, no, that's not going to work. come back. Control Z. There we go. Grab another one of these. That's it. Yeah, I think that's not a dumb idea. All right, there's my car. That's my car. Let's again try. Okay. I think it's what it is. I think it's what it is. So what we need to do now, the thing about this is, although clearly we just demonstrated it can descend onto Duna's surface, it cannot descend safely onto Kerbine's surface. So what I think I need to do is actually, let's get back into structure. And get, no decoupling. I now have the little decoupler. I'm going to stick you, no, I'm going to actually, no, back to structure. I have an idea. And I'm going to grab this small one, flip it around. That goes under there. Then I'm going to grab that little decoupler. Then I'm going to grab, we're going to send a single Kerbal. There, and that's the Kerbal's ride back to the surface of Kerbin. And then we're going to put a heat shield under that right now. That thing needs some parachutes right away. I'll put a couple of the radial dudes on there. Heat shield, though. Heat shield. Small heat shield. And some parachutes. And I guess I'll just use these. Oh, this is crazy overkill. How do I have... for force plates, or whatever they call them, engine plates, that's what I'm thinking about. Are they under here? Oh, I only have the big engine mount. Boop, 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 boop. I have as an idea. I'm thinking. I'm thinking, and when I think out loud. So what I'm thinking, let's change the anchor point to that guy. Take this off. Nope. There. Then put you under there. Oh, it probably can't be any longer than that, can it? I'm thinking of finding... No, that's not going to work. Shoot. Okay. I'm going to put just one of these on here. It's just... This is just a crazy amount of parachute for this little capsule. But you know what? We'll just live with it. And see what happens. Lights! Yes, lights. You're right. Let's put lights. What's the front? This is the front of this thing. So let's get some lights on here. You are so right, sir. I got these fellas. What are these ones? Those aren't. These are surprisingly dim. What? Oh, it is so confused with what's the symmetry here. That's like, oh, I mean, put that there. I'm thinking a couple of headlights. Sure. I'm not sure how much that will provide anyway. And on the back, I know what I'll do. I'll put on a couple of these, and we'll color them red. And we'll get into our action groups. And we'll get into the light action group. And what are these ones? These ones are the advanced overhead photonic generator. We'll get rid of those. And we'll get into the brakes action group. And we'll put them in the brake. Oh, shoot. I'm so used to regular KSP. But what I'll do is go into here. And there they are. Toggle the light. And in that way, they'll toggle with the brakes. So those are brake lights. Sure. What a thing. Okay. So let's actually, our staging is a bloody disaster, isn't it? That come out. Okay. And I'm noticing, for whatever reason, it doesn't seem to like, it's not giving me a delta V up here. I don't know why, but I'm not going to worry about it. We're just going to... we had a delta V. It's going to work. Okay, so to get to Kerbal, or to Duna, I did come up with a budget. Again, you can get into the trip planner. These numbers, by the way, are the same kind of numbers as you see in the standard delta V maps that you see around. The Kerbal, or sorry, this is Joule, for goodness sakes. Duna. The Duna Intercept, that 140, that includes the inclination change, which is only 10 for Duna, so it's not like it's a big deal. But what I'm thinking for this vessel is a total DV. Let's see. Oh, I didn't add everything up. I'm not. Let's see. 26, 3, 35. I don't know. Something like that. 35. Let's see. What happens if I just do something like this? With a... oh, I don't need to worry about the landing part. No. So 16... 23, 25, 30... no, about 35. What does that do for me? It does nothing. It does not like me. Oh, this can be way up at the top. Maybe that's the problem. Oh, and this pair... oh my gosh. It's so confused, isn't it? Where is... oh, it's grouped all those together. Okay, I think this is right. Those all go together. Okay, now I got a DV that's... is that this stage? That's 0. Okay, I'm gonna count. I'm gonna believe that. So that's 1329. I need something bigger. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna expand outwards. I'm gonna need to get some kind of fairing around all this too. So structure. Oh, maybe this. That's not a bad idea. And then like that. Not that one. Sorry, this one. And like a poodle engine. What's that gonna do for me? 28. Okay, let me get out my calculator again. Sorry, 18. I wrote down some numbers, but clearly not enough numbers. I'm thinking about what the total delta V of this stage needs to be. 2430, but actually really less. Oh, this might do it. What's the TWR there? Numbers are so small. 0.87, I think, is what that TWR is. I think this might work. What am I fixed for fairings? I might put a little bit more fuel on here for say... oh, I only have the teeny weeny beanie fairings. Okay, so... alright, I don't have a fair... I only have this... I don't have a fairing to go all around this. I know what I'm going to do then. I know what I'm going to do. We're going to put a little bit more fuel on this stage. We're going to call that done. What's the delta... what's the thrust to weight? 0.74. I'll live with that. Let's build a stage under it. I'm going to push this up. We're going to push it up, and we're going to say, oh, you know what? I should have also put some reaction wheels on here. Because, well, actually, let's test this real quick. Just see what its orientation is like. Save. Okay, and again, I'm going to go Alt F8. And this time we're going to put it in orbit of Kerbal. And all I'm testing is, like, if I start flipping around, like going prograde. Yeah, let's put some reaction wheels on it. That's all I was thinking about. Where am I? I'm going to orbit around the sun. Okay, so anyway, we're going to put some reaction wheels. Revert back to the VAB. With the structures, do you still have the DV? I think so. Let me just check that. I don't think those structural bits I put on were too heavy, though. To be honest, they aren't very... Wait, where is... This is what I need to... Let's... Oh, that's why the DV is messed up. I understand why the DV is messed up. It's messed up because of what I picked as my anchor part. I move this back to being the anchor part. There, now I got a more sensible DV. So it is saying if I take this off... 2,204. I think it's fine. I think that'll be fine for getting back up off the surface. We'll see how it goes. I'm at the point. We'll see how it goes. And then I got 4,352. No, I want to just look at... Actually, this is kind of convenient now. If I go back to the... Make this the anchor, then this delta V seems to be only this stage. Okay, so what we'll do... yeah, I said I was going to put some reaction wheels on this, so I'm going to do that. Just to help with steering and the like. And we'll put on some flashy lights. For no other reason than just to have flashy lights on it. And we'll turn off the blue, and we'll put this at about 50%, and I find that gets me a nice amber color. Turn on the advanced controls and put on the blink. There we go. That's good enough. Alright, we're going to push this up. So what I want to add... Oh, wow, now the... What is going on with the staging now? Oh my gosh. This engine's on the bottom. Doesn't like me. Okay, these parachutes somewhere else. This stage. Okay, that engine's on the bottom. Then we stage and do those engines. There. 3209. So let's get this up to... If I add on another 34, 64. I'm really shooting from the hip here. If I get around 64 or more, because I'm kind of in the mood to just do this thing. I got the mainsail now, right? I do have the mainsail. Like that. Wow, that ain't nowhere near. I can put a lot more engine on that, but I'm a little surprised. Yeah, okay. I'm good with that. All right. I can put more on there because the TWR is 2.26. So let's grab one of these fellas. 2.01. I like that TWR. I still want to get this up higher. So that, yeah. So what I'm going to do, what we're going to do is we're going to put on some... I have the fuel lines now, I think. We'll do some asparagus staging. I do have fuel lines. I've yet to test if the fuel lines really work the way they should, but you know what? We're going to test that out. So I'm going to put on a couple of radial boosters. We're going to make them liquid fuel boosters. Like so. Let's get into these fellas. Start small, and if I need to go bigger, I will. And put on some Reliance. And then we're going to throw all these engines in at the same stage. Now, I have no idea whether this will even factor into the fact that I'm using fuel lines. Because the game might be just too dumb. Did that change the DV at all? Yeah, it certainly should have. Oh, it brought it down. That makes no sense. The DV should have gone up. I don't think... I don't think it's thinking straight. So we know what we're going to do is we're going to... How much DV do I have here on the bottom? A lot. Nope, that's not what I want. I don't believe this delta V. I'm not sure I believe the thrust to weight ratio either, but we're going to just put some really big boosters on this. And we're going to hope for the best. I don't think the DV calculation is trustworthy. And if this turns into a rescue mission, then, you know, I'm comfortable with that idea. So I'm just going to move these down like this. Let's reposition these fuel lines. Ah! Okay, are those fuel lines still pointing? They are pointing the wrong way. Oh my god. Okay, let's take these and just chuck them. There. Fuel lines should go from here to here. That's it. Okay. I think it's overbuilt a lot. Let's get some aerodynamics on here. We're gonna need some struts for sure. But I'm honestly at the point where I'm just gonna hope for the best. Struts at the top. Hold these guys on. Some Separatrons. I think I have those now, don't I? Yes, I do. Two-way symmetry, yep. So to help those separate, I am absolutely, yeah, there's no way those Separatrons would be at the right spot. Some launch clamps. Actually, no, not the launch. I find as soon as I put the launch clamps on, I'm getting an explanation as to why the DV dropped. I'll go over the staging in just a little bit. Yeah. But right now I want to check my atmospheric thrust to weight is 0.05. So I'm just going to turn these down a little bit. I'm going to get it around 0.35. Launch thrust to weight. And then we'll check our staging. And then I'm thinking of just pushing it. Now, I've been doing a fair amount of little tutorials. Well, a little bit of tutorials for KSP2. And I've definitely been finding that this delta V calculation is often suspect. At one time, I had a vessel that I had built. Gotta go down. And I need launch clamps. I had a vessel that I built, and then I found that the DV calculation when I built the exact same vessel changed. Even to the point where I could copy the vessel back and forth, and it would be different for each vessel. It's not dependable. Anyway, the reason why I had to move this ship down is because it would be way in the air if I kept it where it was. Okay, let's save this very quickly, and then we'll consider our... So we're going to have this, and then we're going to release the clamps, then we're going to stage those and do the separatrons, then that and the poodle go at the same time. And then moving up the stack. That's that and the poodle, that... And those engines would go at the... Yeah, that's right. And then these guys, and then that. Yeah, okay. So let's see what's going on in the chat. I do see some... So you added a stage, so perhaps the DV dropped because the DV of the 2 stages needs to be added. I don't think it's factoring in the... I don't know. I actually don't really feel like puzzling it out right now. Do you have a sun flicking and become purple? I'm not sure what that means. You need an antenna. I guess an antenna. I do have the heat shield. There's a heat shield way up here. Right? I did put a heat shield on here. I'll put an antenna on it. Fine. I'm not going to bother with an antenna on you. I don't care. Communication is really not that important because you don't have to transmit anything. I suppose this is the... Oh no, they say that relays and stuff don't matter. Everything's a relay. That's what the game says. So it's just simply shift. This has a range of 36 gigameters, and this has a range of 200 megameters. So this will reach to Duna. That's all that matters. Like, Duna doesn't get that far away. There's no worry about signal strength or any of that kind of stuff. So I'll just stick that guy on there. And that's going to be it. And you know what? Just to make people happy, I think just a Communitron, I'm pretty sure, will suffice on this. I don't think I need anything else. There. So that this will communicate with this vessel, because the Communitron's powerful enough to reach that far, and then this will act as a relay. The game doesn't have all that stuff separated. Save. Okay. Who's going to be our Kerbal? We're only going to put in 1. So you are gone. Yeah, you're going to go, not Bob. Always got to get somebody new. Of course, oh, Colbert. Colbert. Is that like Colbert? But it's not quite that, is it? Screw it. I think I'm just going to do it. Save. Save. You need to transmit data. You don't need to transmit data. You don't. As long as you bring the Kerbal back, there's no need to transmit data. Save. I already saved. Why am I saving multiple times? Okay, I know what I'm going to do. I'm going to go back. I'm going to time warp to... Well, thank you, Mayar. I'm hoping I'm saying that right. This is a game that if you can just learn a couple of things, then things get much easier. Now, when you time warp, notice the stars don't move. I'm hoping I am not the only one that is bothered by that. So you got to be a little careful. All of a sudden, you really got to watch the time here, and then suddenly the sun just pops up. But I hate the fact that the stars don't move. Okay, I hope. I'm hoping lots of things. Okay, back to the vehicle assembly building. All right, what time we got? Okay, let's do it. I want to see if we can, maybe we will get the Duna. Who knows? Okay, I'm saving one last time. I got a bazillion Duna ones because all this stuff just never bothered wrapping my head around it. Launch. Launch. Okay, Bob snuck in there. You sneaker, Bob. So because of our rather unaerodynamic top here, I'm going to go pretty, I'm going to make this a very steep ascent and try and get out of the atmosphere as quickly as I can. That's my plan. And because I stopped looking at the DV calculation for the most part, what I'm gonna do is, if I get to orbit, I'm gonna reassess my DV situation. I'm not sure. I'm wondering if that has something to do with the atmosphere stuff. I don't quite know how that works. Let's tilt over a little bit. Oh, you know what I didn't do? Oh my gosh, I gotta go to the tracking station. I did not wait for my Duna window. I'm nowhere near a Duna window. Lock the prograde. Here's the science report, right? Yeah. Do I have that environmental whatchamachis? Or not environmental, there's I don't know how this works. There's the atmosphere thingy. Oh, it's doing it already. It's running. See it there? Okay. We're cool. We're cool. See over here, it says it's running. It's been running for 50 seconds. Very neat. Very neat. Am I out of... Oh my god. This is how you don't do things very efficiently. I wasn't paying attention. I was so distracted by stuff that those tanks had run dry. I don't know how long I was carrying them for. Like I said, we'll reassess when we're up in the upper part of the atmosphere. But I'm intentionally going very steeply on my ascent. And we'll park it in about a 90-kilometer orbit or something like that. Something like that. We got some time warping to do, though. Okay, this has got 10 seconds, 11 seconds to go. See, there's ways around not having appropriate fairings. There we go. So, there. That survey just... That was the atmosphere survey. Did it while I was ascending. That's awesome. Oh, it's atmosphere over the water. Atmosphere. Okay, that's a sample. That's a data. I don't know if that implies that you can do it over other biomes or not. Whatever. Yeah, I know I don't have a fairing. I definitely don't have a fairing. Okay, we're in space. I don't know if there's anything there, but I don't care. I didn't have a fairing that's big enough to cover all that, so we said, no, we don't need no fairing. We're just gonna push. Oh, lights. There's a fix for that light glitch. I'll show you that in just a sec, but let's get ourselves into an orbit first. So there was a very non-efficient... Inefficient? Not efficient. It's not efficient, the ascent, because number one is it went very steeply, but number two is I was slow on the draw with staging because I was fiddling with science, and yeah, that's that. So I didn't stage my radial boosters at a very good time. Okay, we can get closer. Closer. More fuel. How much DV? Okay, we're going to be losing this stage pretty soon. Scratch pretty soon, right now. So I'm going to reassess what my DV situation is when we're up here at the top. Didn't take into account the lower thrust on those poodle engines. So I'm pitching up a little bit. Pitching back down, watching that time to Apo. Oh, it's lying to me. I can see I'm going down. I hate this. This doesn't show a negative number. Oh, you are a terrible, terrible game. You can see here that my... is going down, so I'm on my way down. I'm past my apoapsis, but the game is telling me my apoapsis is ahead of me because it is a stinky piece of Okay, now it's fixed. Okay, go back. Oh, I hate that. I don't know if people understand what I'm complaining about, but I know what I'm complaining about, so I'm comfortable with it. Really got to watch this, whether this is going up or down. Oh, this is not very good. Oh, put the brakes on. I'm noticing my wheels spinning. That's bugging me. Alright. Almost in an orbit. And we'll see what we got. I got a feeling I burnt a heck of a lot of fuel with everything that I just did. But, like I said, I get into the point whenever I do live streams, I get to a point where enough, let's go. And if it goes bad, it goes bad. I honestly don't care. I did that. But why'd my engine turn off? I did that. Okay, what do we got? We have 2,255. That's not very much. I'm gonna say forget. I'm gonna go for it. I'm gonna go for it and see what happens. If we need a rescue, we need a rescue. Okay. Alright, so let's turn the gimbal down on this because I don't like the look of all of the advanced controls. Turn that gimbal limit. I hate seeing those engines moving around a lot. Don't need that much gimbal. Okay, so what I'm gonna do. Oh, here's the fix for the light glitch, by the way. If you just do a quick save and then do an F9 and wait for it to load back up. And now the lights work. So that's a handy thing to remember. Okay, what I want, these guys can turn off. I should have put you on an action group. Their headlights. Okay. Same with these guys can turn off. Okay, so let's get to the tracking station. Get out our protractor. And I gotta focus my view on Kerbal. Is that not how I focus my view on Kerbal? There we go. And we gotta look up here. And oh, this is a satellite that I fired into space. Okay, so Duna, yeah, we're coming. Here's Duna up here. So we've got to come up behind Duna because we're faster because Kerbin's in the lower orbit, and this angle here needs to be 44 degrees. So I'm gonna. It's nowhere near that. So I'm gonna do a quick save, and we're gonna start time. Oh wait, shoot. I'm noticing a limit on my time warp, so I believe the fix to that is to go back to the Space Center and then back to the tracking station. And then go to Kerbal and focus. There we are. Okay, let's do that again. Yeah, and now a lot of the limit is gone. Whoa, my mousey is very sensitive. So this angle from here to here to here, measured here, is now more than 90. It needs to be 45. So I'm going to do a quick save, and we're going to start time warping. Oh, wow, that goes fast. And let's get out a protractor. Oh, this is not my... I need a bigger protractor. Oh my gosh, I'm not going to be able to do this very accurately. I need an actual bigger protractor. Or wait a minute, I guess I can zoom out. Oh wow, aren't you a rocket scientist? And I know you can't see my protractor. It is... looked like a little less than 60 degrees. This is really going to be eyeballing. And again, some kind of tool would be super, super useful. Especially considering this game is supposed to go interplanetary at some point. it is still above 50 degrees. So we're going to go, I'll do another quick save. Time warp a little more. Get out the protractor again. My first real... I'm seeing it a little over 45 degrees. Just a little, though. I don't know if this is good for my monitor, either. Then I'm thinking I'm just going to go for it. Close enough. Close enough. So, I can't get my protractor stuck to my screen. All this stuff you can't see. Oh, come on. There it goes. I'm sure. I don't know if you heard that or not. There we go. Okay. Let's go Kerbal, Duna. There we go. Duna 1. Oh my gosh. I've had this happen before. Okay. Time warp. Now, did I don't think any... I had this happen once before, and all my... Like, I lost a ton of Delta V and stuff, but I don't think that happened. I think we're okay. Okay. So, let's see if we can get ourselves to Duna. Now, I did not record any kind of ejection angle or anything like that, because when I play in the KSP1, I don't worry about that stuff. But basically, if you're going out to Duna, Duna is in a higher orbit, so you need to eject yourself in a prograde direction relative to Kerbal's orbit about the sun. So that means you need to... Actually, my ship is kind of in the spot where I need to put my... maneuver node. Somewhere around here. And this needs to be in and about... Oh, come on, give me... Okay, I don't know what's happening there. Let's try that again. Am I time warping? This shouldn't matter. Oh, am I paused? Didn't think I was. I don't know what happened there. Okay. This should be about 1,070-ish? Somewhere in that ballpark. So let's pull it out till it's in the right area. So let's say 1,050. Like that. And then it needs to... That's ejecting in the wrong way. It needs to be along Kerbal's prograde direction in its orbit. So I need to grab this and move that way. See how that's now more or less going in the right way, though? This might turn into a frustrating exercise. We'll find out very, very soon. Okay, and I've yet to pick Duna as a target, so let's do that. And, oh, well, our relative inclinations are not very different, so that's good. Let's see how close... Now, can you see anything? Okay, let's... Oh, okay, I can see some encounter indicators there. What is that? Oh no, part of your vessel has been destroyed by overheating. How? What? Wait a second, wait. What is going on here? Why am I in the atmosphere? I hate you, game. Okay, we're going to F9. I'm suborbital, thank you. So my orbit changed on me. I don't know. I was doing quick saves while I was time warping. I knew this was going to turn into something a little frustrating, but how far are we? Okay, I'm going to get out my protractor. Oh no, I'm not going to get out my protractor again. You know what? I'm just going to go for it. Let's see what happens here. So let's control the Duna 1. Okay, nothing happened that time. No freakiness. My orbit is okay. Alright, let's try this again. So there was something freaky going on with my orbit. Because the game is being mean. Let's put this again about 1,050. I think I'm actually back a little bit, but you know what? I'm just gonna... Gonna try and just make it work. Okay, and I don't know why part of this is red. Okay, it needs to be a little more that way along that line. Let's see. It's still too far that way, I can tell. Good enough. Okay. There's going to be a lot of good enough. Good enough. Well, am I? I'm backwards. I'm going retrograde. I'm going retrograde, not prograde. Focus my view here. Why are you being this way? There we go. I'm going the wrong way, right? Yeah, I am. Okay, so I'm burning out retrograde. Notice how it... Oh, God. I will do my best not to swear. This... No. No, that's right. I gotta go across the other side. This way. That's too far in. Like that. Alright. Duna as target. Focus. Not focus. Set target. Focus back where you were. Okay. So, there are my two intersectors there. Now, can I get them? Can you right-click? No, there's nothing to indicate how far apart they are, so you just have to kind of eyeball it. Now, if I put in some retrograde, I have no idea whether they're going closer. Oh, this is the worst. I think I'm launching too early, but I'm actually at a point where I don't care. You know what I think I'm going to do? I think I'm going to deal with it with a mid-course correction. They look pretty close there. I don't want to overdo this too much. They're pretty close there, so we're just gonna... There's no way that... I think I'm doing this too early, is my problem, but I'm gonna say screw it. And just do it. So, we're gonna do it. Because I think my time warp brought me back to my last time warp, if you know what I mean. But I'm gonna say screw it. Because I'm looking at the time of the stream and I gotta pretend something's going on. So we're gonna F5 right now. We're gonna go. You can click on the 1A. You need to right click to lock it on the screen. I don't know what that means. I'm sorry. But right now we're burning. Whoa, 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 wait, what, why is all this grayed out? This is like... Can I control from here? Does that help my situation? Oh, my SAS is off. I was all like, what's going on? My SAS is off. There we go. Okay. But right now I'm saying screw it and punch it. Screw it and punch it is what we're going to do. This is likely to end up going badly, but 3 and a 2 and a 1 and a go. And a go. I know 1A is the intersect. I just didn't know. Then you need to right click on to lock it on. I don't know what that means, so I'll have to do that later. Right now it's too late. There's a bit of a lag in the chat. And I know if I kept playing with it, my level of frustration will get to the point where more profanity will start creeping into my conversations. So I'm at the point where I'm saying screw it and go. because that way I will get less frustrated. That's all this is about right now, my friends, is keeping myself. They're not going to bring back the KSP maneuver node. That flat out is never going to happen. They're going to do their own thing. But what they need to do is add in some additional tools for interplanetary transfers. And like I said, they're planning on you being able to go interstellar. For goodness sakes, you're not going to do that with those maneuver nodes. It's not the maneuver nodes per se, it's the problem. It's the lack of additional tools to help you get that, you know, like in KSP1 they added in that flat out transfer tool. I'm not saying they should do the same thing as that, but there needs to be additional tools other than what they've given us. Okay, I'm getting close to the end of this burn, so I'm looking at cutting this. And again, I'm gonna go a little early, and we'll take a looky. I mean, we're moving out there anyway. So someone was saying something about right-clicking. Oh, it does give you a distance there. Okay, thank you. I should have realized that, actually. Okay, let's... Oh, okay, that doesn't help. But if I... Okay, let's remove that. Keep this locked on prograde. It feels like I overdid it. Is it just me, or does it feel like I overdid it? Well, I might have overdid it. I don't care. No, that's still my target, but I don't see any indicators here. So you know what I'm going to do? What I'm going to do is I'm going to do this. We're going to leave Kerbin's SOI. And we're going to see. F5. Okay, so say goodbye, Kerbin. And we're just going until we're out. I'm assuming, yeah, we'll get a bit of a camera change, and then we'll evaluate our situation. And it's already guaranteed this is not a very... Oh, we got those indicators back, so that's something. That's good. Okay, so if I... Let's put a little bit... Where are we here? Let's put a maneuver just a little bit in front of us. Of course. Oh. Expand it out. Right click on that 1A like people were saying. Now I get what we're talking about. And does that make it better? That makes it worse. So we're going to go retrograde. But I think I can only go retrograde so far before I'm going to end up just missing, like we're not going to have our intercepts anymore. Yeah, okay, that's as good as that's going to get. So it's good at around 1,019 kilometers. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to get rid of this maneuver, switch her on to retrograde, get this a little better. And then we'll do a mid-course correction, and hopefully we can do this without spending a huge amount of fuel. That's about as good as that's going to get. Okay, so at about mid-course, midway, here-ish, we're going to create a maneuver plan. And because my timing's not right, the thing I need to adjust actually is the radial part. That will get me, I think I'm too early, so I think I need to burn radially outwards. No, that's making it worse. Radially inwards, okay? It's the way you can adjust the timing. Now, unfortunately, this can get oh, wait. Whoa. What if I do... Oh, no, prograde's the way to... Okay, you know what? I'm going to make another one. I was lying. Let's try prograde. Create a maneuver plan. Right-click on you. One of you. There we go. Gotta get there a little quicker. Maybe I left... I don't know. I don't know. We'll keep doing burns along the way and try and zero this in. And eventually, this is getting smaller all the time, but unfortunately it's also getting more and more expensive, isn't it? Like, I'm spending a lot. Okay. Let's dial take off a lot of this, because I don't have that fuel to spend. Okay, back on you. Trying to get this intercept as cheaply as I can. But I don't think I'm going to be very successful. This might be a stranded Kerbal. Well, that's making a... What if I did... Oh, no. I'm going to keep playing with the radial. No. Nope. Keep playing with the radial and the retrograde. That seems to be what's taking it in. Oh, I went past. That's got to be pretty darn close. That's the wrong way. More. They're really close there. I'm going to just put it on to that vector. I'm going to burn and see what happens. Burn and see what happens. Yeah, the skip orbit button I really miss. I do miss the skip orbit button. I'm just going to burn in this direction and see what happens. Well, that is bringing my encounter distance down, and I'm going to keep burning in this direction. As long as that encounter distance is coming down, I'm happy. So I kind of used that maneuver node just to kind of give me a burn vector. I kind of started to realize the sooner I did this burn, the better. So it was really just about getting the direction right. Oh, starting to go back up. Problem is I can't take off too much retrograde because you can see that my orbit can't come down much further. Now if I put a maneuver here and now gave myself a little bit of prograde, what does that do for my closest distance there? There we go, there we go, there we go. Oh, it was good for a little bit. Radial out seems to help. Might play a little with the normal. It's really hard to tell, like, what direction. No, normal up maybe. But I'm just trying different directions, and whatever can get that distance to target down, I'm kind of going with it. I can see I lost my intercept. There, it's back again. Okay, normal positive seems to help. Every time I lose the connection, I'm burning a little prograde again. So far, it's not that big. Nope, nope. It's actually worse now than when I started. Ah, you stinker. Okay, let's try that. Why not? Why not? Get out there. Where do I find the mod? I've not investigated modding yet, but I know there are mods for the... Oh my gosh, I can't turn my camera away from the sun. That's better. I know there are mods for... Oh, you know what I need to do? I need to do some freaking science. I don't know what, it just stopped the time warp. Why is it saying no science? For goodness sakes. I'm high space. Surely there's science to do. I don't know. I don't know why it stopped the time warp there either. Time warp's limited due to proximity to celestial body. That's cute. But like I'm pushing this. There's no science out here. How can there be no science? This is the first time I've. Oh, whatever. Whatever. Like, how can there be no science like with this? There's no button here. Invalid research. Oh, maybe that doesn't... I don't know. You can't do crew reports in orbit about the sun? Maybe that's what it is. Maybe the orbit about the sun isn't the thing it used to be. All right, let's get on the maneuver node. Let's get on the maneuver node. And what I'm interested in are my intercepts over here. Oh, I got a... Oh, hang on. I'm crossing Duna's sphere of influence. You see that? It's giving me an indicator. Okay, so that's encouraging. I just got to perform the burn. Not much of a burn. Okay, let's get rid of the maneuver. But I got a... Shoot! I got a Duna PE here. That made it worse. So let's leave it alone. Okay, let's focus our view on Duna. Look at that! Okay, I'm feeling better. I don't know if I'm... I don't have a lot of fuel left. I don't have the fuel to come home, that's for sure. But I'm at the I don't care stage. Create a maneuver plan. Let's see if we can get this down. Oh. That's weird. Why? I'm seeing no effect. This is doing nothing for me. Why is that doing... Like, I don't see... Maybe I need to... Oh, my God. No. Okay, let's delete this. Try one really close. Okay, there it's showing my... Okay, now I'm getting something. So let's see. If I bring this southwards, that's the kind of thing I'm talking about. And inwards. And northwards. That's what I mean. Might try a little bit of aero braking, but it's all going to be about... I'm not... This is way too touchy right here. I'm just going to get it close and call it a win if I can get it close. I'm calling that a win. Okay. So we'll do that burn right now. So again, lock that onto the maneuver node. I'm going to turn down my thrust limiter because this is almost nothing. Okay, back to watching this from Duna's field of view. Okay, bringing this down. Looks like I'm gonna be kerschmacking Duna. Well, maybe not. Might come out again. Yep. Calling that. And we'll fix this when we get there. So, delete that maneuver. F5. Okay, warping to very close to Duna. This is entering Duna's SOI, so let's just time warp to here. Why is my electricity depleting all the time? I must have crappy solar panel placement. Crappy solar panel placement. Okay. Let's time warp to just... Oh my gosh, it's hard to tell what's going on. That is us leaving Duna's SOI. So right here we must be just entering. So let's time warp to there. Okay. All right, all right, all right, all right, all right. Science time. Lots and lots of science. That's good. Okay, where is Duna? Let's... There's Duna there. Okay, so yeah, my solar panels are pretty stinky. Just noticing that. All right, so what I need to do, and what I think I'll do, I think I already have my thrust limiter way down. I do. So what I think I'm gonna do, like normally I would look for some sort of Ike assist or something like that, but I am not. Oh wait, I have to be polar. Oh my god, I'm forgetting completely I gotta be polar. So we gotta adjust our trajectory because we have to come into a polar orbit. Silly McBilly pants. Take a little bit off. Focus our view here. There we go. That's what I'm looking for. Maneuver. Got to come this way and this way. It would have been better to realize this later out, but it's better realizing it now than realizing it later. And I'm going to dip a teeny bit into the atmosphere, but not a whole lot because I don't want to burn too much, but that probably is pretty good there. But I want to be a little more polar. A little more up like that. Happy with that. Okay, let's lock this onto our maneuver node and burn it. Yeah, Ahmed's making a good point, and it is my only hope, is the lander is not coming back. So once the lander is down, or the lander will be, I'll just leave an orbit about Duna. But I'm looking at this. Yeah, and so I don't know what my DV is for coming back. Okay, I do not want to... There it is. This is the one I want to see, not you. Oh, how come I lost my Duna periapsis there? Dopey. Can't see anything. What if I get rid of the maneuver? What if I go to here and go back to here? Duna PE 35. Let's make it a little bit higher than that. I think I'll be okay. F5 again. All right. So let's just manually... Yeah, keep that unlocked. Let's just point this towards the sun. I'm just thinking solar panels. Turn off some lights here. That ought to do it. Okay, F5. All right, Duna, we're coming for you. I know it's over 2 hours now for the stream, but I'm kind of determined. And I'm watching my time to periapsis. I'm about 4. I guess that's hours? No, it must be days. No, that's got to be hours. Yeah, that's got to be... I got it, yep. There, now we're into hours. Looking at my time to periapsis to judge how far Duna is. 3 hours? Yep. 2 hours. Oh, maybe I should... God darn it. What am I even thinking? Yeah, what I should do... Stop for a second. I was going to do arrow braking, but the arrow braking's not going to stop us. I should put a maneuver node here. Now, this maneuver node's not going to be accurate. But, really... Oh, wait. Shoot. I know what else I got to do. Delete you. I got to put this throttle limiter back up. Create a maneuver plan. This is why I was secretly hoping people would pick the, what was I gonna say? I can get this out. You know, all I need is the capture, and we can go around. This is maybe a better plan. All I need is the capture, and we can use Duna's atmosphere. You know, I want to save as much fuel as I can. Let's use Duna's atmosphere to bring down, like once we have our capture, we can go around as many times as we want, continually using Duna's atmosphere to slow us down. So this does not have to be this big a burn. There we go. Okay, I'm gonna just go with that. F5 again. There's Ike. There's Duna. Okay. Let's just do it. You can tell I'm a little nervous. I can tell you one thing, though. I am not doing any kind of grand tour live with KSP2 until they've make interplanetary travel and working with the maneuvers a little easier. Okay, what's our altitude? Oh, look at that, though. Isn't that beautiful? Sorry, I gotta... Let's slow down the... Look at that. That is stunning. With showing, I guess they're talking about ice melt and stuff like that, and it's cutting out all these dry rivers, and that's pretty neat. Okay, we're getting closer. Let's do this. Let's do it. Let's do it. So I gotta watch my altitude, because at some point we're gonna be entering the atmosphere. So every time I complain about the game, I see something like this and go, oh, that is lovely. That is lovely. Oh, whoa, we got science, science, science. I paused. Don't pause. Science, science. Experiment interrupted for that region already in storage. Okay, I'll trust you on that. Still got a minute and a half to the burn, but we are going to be entering the atmosphere pretty soon. And again, I'm barely entering the atmosphere. I could probably go deeper. Okay, we're in the atmosphere, so I'm going to take the time warp off. Oh, I paused again. No, we getting some exciting music now. Noticing my lights aren't blinking in any kind of unison. I don't necessarily don't like that, but it's just funny that that happened. Okay. And I'm not seeing any numbers changing here, so that sort of tells you... Oh, there, my Apple Apps has just changed a smidge. So it sort of does tell you how little Duna's atmosphere is doing. Oh, we do have more science? More science, because we're in Duna's upper atmosphere. Okay, that's that. We're probably doing that, whatchamacallit science, too. Where's that thing? This guy. Maybe not. Maybe the little sniffer doesn't like it here. Resume? Okay, doesn't like it. Whatever. Okay, we got 5 seconds to our burn. Pay attention. Pay attention. Oh no, we're getting heating on our batteries. We're getting some heating. Oh no, those aren't batteries, are they? Those are lights. Our lights are exploding. Our lights are exploding. That's not good. We got engines heating up. We got things exploding. We lost our headlights. If that's all we lose, I'm not. Those look like wheels. We might be losing. That might be a little more. Oh! We got our capture. We have our capture. Okay, let's get out of here. Yeah, it's we got some heating. I've been noticing it's the upper atmosphere here. Oh my god, look at this engine burn. Look at this engine. It's this upper atmo heating that's just horrific. Boom, there goes our engine. Okay, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to go back. Clearly 40 kilometers was too aggressive. Okay. And we're going to burn radially upwards. Just a little. Because I'm not gonna... Burning it, blowing up engines is bad. So let's put this at 45 kilometers. And we'll try that again. I was getting excited. Yeah, I don't think the thermal model works quite right. I gotta be honest. Let's see what happens now. Like, that felt a little extreme. Okay, we're trying again. All right. Yeah, the heating needs some work. And actually, I'm curious if it's, well, that actual, I don't know. I don't know what's going on with the heating. I'll just leave it. It needs some work. I was trying to guess at what the problem might be, but I actually just agree with the sentiment. It just needs work. So we'll see what happens this time. I mean, to be fair, I don't know. That's not that fast. My orbital velocity is 1,564 meters per second. I mean, I'm faster when I'm in low orbit about Kerbin. So I don't think that's that bad. Okay, science again. I think I missed my low space science, but I'll get it on the way on the other side. Okay. Four and 3 and 2 and 1 and go. Oh, push the wrong button. And we're getting heating again here. These are the lights. Honestly, if the lights... Are they the lights? I'm not sure they are the lights now that I'm looking at it. Those are the lights. I don't know what this looks like. A cross piece. Oh, there goes my... Okay, so... F9. Forget the atmosphere. It ain't safe, folks. The atmosphere just isn't safe. That makes no sense, but the atmosphere just doesn't like me. So what we're going to do is, again, burn radially outwards. And get this out of the atmosphere. There we go. And I think I probably should just redo this whole maneuver node. Okay, that thrust limiter's at 100. That's fine. Where's that maneuver? Focus here. Atmosphere is not my friend. So I'm actually just going to straight up get a capture. What should I put this at? Like, we descended from 85 kilometers and it seemed to work okay, so I'm going to do that again. I could get into the settings and play with the thermal, but I'm not going to do that. As tempting as it might be. Alright. We're going to just do this. So F5 again, this is it. This is our final go at this. So F5 one more time and warp to that maneuver. And we're just going to do it. Just going to do it. Okay, lock onto this. So this is just a straight up capture. Nothing, now we don't have to worry about things blowing up. Now we can't afford this. It's 643. We still have 885. I think my chances of having enough fuel to get back home are pretty limited. But remember that this Delta V is not including the lander. So we should have enough to get back down. But I'm looking at the time, unfortunately. Where are we? Sorry. 3, 2, 1, and go. I cannot see my time of stream. There's something funky going on here. There we go. Yeah, stream's getting late. Oh, this is not working. My bar's not... What the heck? Okay. I gotta do this just by looking at my Apo here. I just noticed the... there's some sort of bug happening with the bar. But I'm just gonna get that. What did I say? 86, I think, or 85 or something like that. All right. This all got messed up. What else is new? We got 250 meters per second. That isn't going to be enough to get us down. But what we will do, I'm just going to do, well, you know what? No, I got a time warp till this is in the daylight. Yeah, I'm thinking, given what the time is of the stream, we're at like almost 2 hours and 20 minutes into the stream. I'm thinking we're got a time warp until this is in. I got a feeling it's going to take more than one try to nail this. And I also think we're going to have to do some driving. And I'm thinking I'm going to need to put that off until next week. So, and I'm seeing some talk about lag. Yeah, I got a storm going on here that might be affecting my internet. But anyway, either way, what I'm going to be doing is I'm going to be calling this stream. So I want to thank everybody that's in the chat. I want to thank everybody who's watching this at a later date. And of course, a very, very special thank you to all of my Patreon patrons and YouTube members who help to support this channel. Have yourself a fantastic week, and we'll see you all next week. Bye, everybody.